This is your opportunity to change anything behaviorally. You can change anything you want, not everything you want. That's the problem. You can become anything you want behaviorally, but you can't be everything you want. So you need to pick a small number. Setting the bar unrealistically high does not increase your performance. Imagine this. Imagine that you went into a buffet and you made your plate as big as possible. You said, I want all of these things. I'm going to put all of this stuff on my plate and my stomach is going to expand to be able to fit it. That's not the way that our stomachs work, and that is not the way that our workloads work. First rule, in order to pick something up, you have to put something down. If I could only achieve one thing today, what would that be? It's the big thing. It's usually the scary thing. It's usually the thing that you probably don't want to do. You will do everything that doesn't need to be done in order to avoid the one thing that does. It's because it's a big, scary task that people will endure months, years, decades of misery to avoid a couple of days of pain. Permanently being busy stops you from being able to listen to fleeting thoughts that are in the back of your mind. And that quiet voice is usually the really powerful one. The answers you seek are in the silence you're avoiding. Problems are a feature of life, not a bug. There will never come a time when you have no problems.
Change is uncomfortable, and it rarely occurs without a lot of stress. Learning comes from the edges, you pushing yourself just beyond what you're comfortable with. Many of the periods of radical, important change that you have had in your life have only occurred because of severe challenges you faced. Look back. Almost all of the big periods of growth in your life have germinated from your lowest points. In retrospect, would you have avoided them if you could? Probably not. So yeah, this challenge is a gift. You can lean into discomfort as if you invited it through the door. We trade something which people can't see for something that they can see. Observable metrics versus hidden metrics.
A lot of people have this sense of productivity debt. They wake up every day feeling as if they're already behind. And only if they dominate their entire day perfectly can they drag themselves back up to some minimum level of acceptable output. Your set point is loss. And the best thing that you can do if you crush the day is get to a draw. You never win. Your entire journey of personal growth is just steeped in doubt and self-pity and uncertainty, and it tarnishes the whole experience. This is supposed to be my Rocky cutscene, and it's 3.5 minutes in the movies, but it's been 4 years for me. What's going on? This is exactly why it's so much easier to just go back to your old patterns.
The lonely chapter describes a time in your life where you're so developed that you can't really resonate with your old set of friends, but you're not yet sufficiently developed that you've built a new set of friends. Your change creates friction between you and them. Your friends like to play Xbox on an evening time, and that's how they hang out. But you want to start going to the gym, but your friends don't go to the gym. There is a friction that happens as you try to grow, because if your friends don't grow at the same pace as you don't speak the same language. Over time, you and your friends don't even speak the same language anymore. It's very uncomfortable because it's tempting to go back to the old life that you're used to, the old patterns, the old routines, the old friend groups, the old everything.
You have to stop doing the things that you know bring you validation in the moment
to start doing the things that you have no idea about whether it'll actually work. For you to pull away from that, you're going to have to do stuff usually that makes you more different, more easy to be mocked, and more alone. The initial sad reality is that on your journey of personal growth, at some point you may need to leave a group of friends behind who aren't growing at the same pace as you. But the really sad reality is that if you do it a lot, you may have to do this multiple times throughout your life. This doubt is supposed to be there. I can promise you that every single person who has gone from a place where they didn't want to be to one where they did has had to go through this lonely chapter and deal with all of this.
You can just do things. Just do it anyway. Do it tired. Do it sad. Do it lonely. Do it without a role model. Because if you're waiting for somebody to come along and give you that helping hand, sometimes you're going to be waiting too long. Differentiation is survival, and the universe wants you to be typical. Your environment is very much holding you in place. To be different in any context or environment, work is being done. Like to stay atypical, the amount of energy it's going to take to stay untypical is tremendous.
We have a biological budget of energy, literally like a bank account. The minute we stop experimenting, the minute we stop pushing the boundaries, the minute you give up the fight, you will become every other show. Problems are a feature of life, not a bug. There will be no day when you don't have any problems. I love this analogy using escape velocity. Imagine that we've got a rocket ship here. When this is taking off from the launch pad is when it needs the most energy. The inertia is the highest, the resistance is the most, so that's when you need to use whatever fuel you've got. Use the chip on your shoulder from the kids that bullied you in school. Use your desperate desire to be seen. Use your need for validation from your parents, whatever it is. I think you can probably do two big things in 2026. Two big things. You can probably lose 20 pounds and get a boyfriend that you really, really love. You can't do that and move cities and start a new business and learn to play the piano. No. Don't go into a buffet and assume that however much food you put on the plate, your stomach will just expand to fit it in. Because what you're going to guarantee is that you fail next year. What would have to happen by the end of next year for you to look back on it and consider it a success? Cross that off, cross that off, cross that. What am I left with? Now we can break that down into individual steps.
Stop taking life so seriously. No one is getting out of this game alive. Literally in 3 generations, no one will even remember your name. And if that doesn't give you liberation to just drop your problems for a moment and find some joy, I don't know what will. Life is inherently ridiculous and guaranteed to end sooner or later, so you might as well enjoy the ride. Don't wait. Life really is happening right now. There is this belief that once life's duties are out of the way, then you can finally start doing the thing you want to and fully living your life. But don't wait. Life really is happening right now. And I can't think of many times when you're going to regret trying to make something happen. Subscribe to Motivate Bull and grow with us.